Starting a small business has never been easier, but building one that survives for years has never been more challenging. Every day, thousands of people launch businesses with excitement, confidence, and big dreams. In this business masterclass, you will learn how to start a small business without costly financial mistakes. Number 1. Start with the right foundation. Every successful business begins long before the first sale is made. It starts with building the right financial foundation. Many first-time entrepreneurs focus almost entirely on designing a logo, choosing a business name, or creating a website. While those tasks feel productive, none of them guarantee a profitable company. The real foundation is understanding how your business will earn money, how much it will cost to operate, and how long your available cash can support those operations before customers begin paying you consistently. Imagine opening a small coffee shop with $50,000 in savings. Renovation, equipment, permits, inventory, and marketing quickly reduce your available cash to only $10,000 before opening day. Even if customers love your products, slow sales during the first few months could completely exhaust your remaining cash. The business may fail despite offering an excellent product. That is why every financial decision should begin with one question: will this help my business stay financially healthy? Owners who build strong financial foundations make better decisions because every future choice supports profitability instead of simply creating activity. Number 2, the business idea test. A great business idea should solve a real problem that people are already willing to pay to fix. Many entrepreneurs fall in love with their own ideas before discovering whether customers actually need them. This emotional attachment often becomes the first costly financial mistake. Before investing thousands of dollars, test your idea with real people. Speak directly to potential customers. Ask about their frustrations. Find out what solutions they currently use and what they dislike about those options. If people immediately understand your value and express genuine interest, your idea has potential. For example, suppose you plan to offer bookkeeping services for small contractors. Instead of building an expensive office first, talk to 20 contractors. If 15 explain that paperwork consumes too much of their time and several ask about pricing immediately, you have valuable market evidence. Small conversations cost almost nothing but can save thousands of dollars in failed investments. The strongest businesses are built on customer demand, not personal assumptions. Number 3, prove your market first. Many businesses spend months preparing for customers without first proving those customers actually exist. This mistake quietly drains cash because every expense happens before any revenue appears. Market validation means collecting evidence before making major investments. You do not need a perfect product to begin testing demand. A simple landing page, a small advertising campaign, pre-orders, sample products, or free demonstrations can reveal whether people are genuinely interested. Imagine someone creating handmade office organizers. Rather than purchasing $5,000 of inventory immediately, they first advertise several designs online. Within 2 weeks, one design receives almost all customer interest, while the others receive very little attention. This information changes every future purchasing decision and prevents thousands of dollars from sitting unsold in storage. Businesses that validate demand early spend money based on facts instead of hope. Every dollar invested after validation carries much lower financial risk because real customer behavior replaces guesswork. Number 4, know who will actually buy. One of the biggest financial mistakes new business owners make is trying to sell to everyone. When your audience is too broad, your marketing becomes expensive, your message becomes weak, and your sales become unpredictable. Instead, clearly define the customer who benefits the most from your product or service. Consider their age, income, profession, location, buying habits, and the specific problem they want solved. Suppose you sell ergonomic office chairs. Marketing to every office worker would require an enormous advertising budget. However, targeting remote software developers who spend 10 hours each day sitting at a desk creates a much clearer message. Your advertisements become more relevant, customer acquisition becomes less expensive, and sales increase because your solution directly matches a specific need. Businesses become financially stronger when they stop chasing everyone and begin serving the right customers exceptionally well. The more clearly you define your ideal customer, the more efficiently every marketing dollar works. Number 5, build a business that pays. Many businesses generate impressive sales but still struggle financially because their business model was never designed to produce reliable profits. Revenue alone does not create financial success. Your business must consistently generate enough gross profit to cover operating expenses while still leaving money available for growth, taxes, emergencies, and owner compensation. Before launching, calculate exactly how your business earns money, what each sale costs, and how many sales are required each month to remain profitable. Imagine 2 cleaning companies charging identical prices. The first manually schedules appointments, purchases supplies at retail prices, and serves customers across a wide geographic area. The second automates scheduling, negotiates supplier discounts, and serves only nearby neighborhoods. Even with identical revenue, the second company keeps significantly more profit because its business model is financially stronger. A business should never rely on working harder every year. Instead, build systems that allow every sale to contribute meaningfully toward long-term profitability instead of simply covering today's expenses. Number 6, the real cost of starting. Many new business owners underestimate what it truly costs to launch a business. They calculate equipment, inventory, or rent, but completely overlook the dozens of smaller expenses that quietly consume cash. Business registration, software subscriptions, insurance, payment processing fees, packaging, website maintenance, utilities, marketing, professional services, and unexpected repairs all add up much faster than expected. Imagine opening an online clothing store with a planned budget of $20,000. Inventory costs $12,000, leaving $8,000 for everything else. Within weeks, branding, photography, advertising, shipping supplies, website tools, and transaction fees reduce the remaining cash to only $1,000. The business has barely started, yet financial pressure has already appeared. Smart business owners expect surprises. Instead of budgeting only for known expenses, they also reserve additional cash for unexpected costs. Starting a business is not just about having enough money to open the doors. It is about having enough money to keep those doors open while the business gains momentum and begins generating consistent cash flow. Number 7, never mix your money. One of the fastest ways to lose control of a business is by mixing personal and business finances. It often starts with small decisions. You pay a personal bill using the business account, then buy office supplies with your personal credit card, and eventually no one can clearly identify which money belongs to the business. This creates confusion during bookkeeping, tax preparation, budgeting, and financial planning. More importantly, it hides the true performance of the business. Imagine withdrawing money whenever you need groceries or entertainment without recording those transactions properly. At the end of the month, it appears the business made very little profit, when in reality, much of the money was simply spent personally. Successful owners treat their business like a completely separate financial entity. The business earns income, pays expenses, builds reserves, and then pays the owner a planned salary or owner's draw. This discipline creates accurate financial reports and better long-term decision-making because every dollar has a clearly defined purpose. Number 8, your first financial plan. Every successful business follows a financial plan, whether it is written on paper or managed inside professional software. Without a plan, business decisions become emotional reactions instead of calculated strategies. Your first financial plan does not need to be complicated. It simply needs to answer several important questions. How much money will the business earn each month? What are the fixed operating expenses? Which costs increase as sales grow? How much cash should remain in the bank at all times? When should additional employees be hired? When can new equipment be purchased? Suppose your goal is to generate $100,000 in annual revenue. Instead of focusing only on sales, break that target into monthly goals, expected expenses, marketing investments, taxes, and projected profits. Suddenly, the business becomes measurable instead of unpredictable. Financial planning gives every decision direction. Rather than guessing whether you can afford an investment, you compare it against your financial plan and immediately know whether it supports or threatens your long-term business goals. Number 9. The money flow formula. Many owners believe making more sales automatically solves financial problems. In reality, cash flow determines whether a business survives. Money flows into the business through customer payments and flows out through rent, payroll, inventory, suppliers, taxes, utilities, and dozens of other expenses. Problems appear whenever money leaves faster than it arrives. Imagine a construction company completing a large project worth $100,000. The customer agrees to pay after 60 days, but employee wages, equipment rentals, and supplier invoices must all be paid this month. Although the company appears profitable on paper, it experiences a serious cash shortage because payments arrive too late. This is why understanding money flow is more important than simply tracking revenue. Healthy businesses continuously monitor when cash enters and when it leaves. They negotiate better payment terms, encourage faster customer payments, and avoid unnecessary spending during slow periods. Positive cash flow creates flexibility, while poor cash flow creates stress, regardless of how much revenue the business generates. Number 10. Know your profit line. Revenue tells you how much money comes into the business, but profit tells you how much actually stays. Many owners proudly celebrate reaching high sales numbers while completely ignoring whether those sales generate meaningful profit. Every business owner should know exactly where the profit line begins. Start with total revenue. Subtract the direct cost of producing or delivering your product. Then subtract operating expenses such as rent, salaries, insurance, software, utilities, and marketing. What remains is your true operating profit. Suppose two businesses each generate $500,000 in annual revenue. One earns $80,000 in profit, while the other earns only $15,000 because expenses are much higher. Revenue may look identical, but financially they are completely different businesses. Profit measures the quality of your business model. Every financial decision should improve profit, not simply increase sales. Strong businesses focus on profitable growth, because sales without profit often create more work without creating more financial security. Number 11. The smart pricing formula. Pricing should never be based on what feels reasonable or what competitors charge. Smart pricing begins by understanding every cost involved in delivering your product or service. Calculate direct costs, operating expenses, taxes, desired profit, and expected sales volume before choosing a final price. Imagine producing handmade furniture that costs $400 in materials and labor. If operating expenses add another $100 per unit and you want a 20% profit margin, selling for $500 would actually lose money. Many businesses unknowingly underprice because they ignore hidden costs like packaging, marketing, warranties, payment processing fees, and administrative work. Smart pricing protects both profitability and long-term growth. Customers rarely choose the cheapest option forever. They choose businesses that consistently deliver value. When your pricing reflects genuine value while covering every business expense, each sale strengthens your financial position instead of creating additional pressure. Number 12. Stop pricing like everyone else. One of the biggest mistakes new entrepreneurs make is copying competitor prices without understanding why those prices exist. Your competitors may have different suppliers, lower operating costs, larger sales volumes, or completely different profit goals. Simply matching their prices can quietly destroy your business. Imagine two landscaping companies offering identical lawn care services. One owns all its equipment and employs experienced crews. The other rents equipment, hires temporary workers, and spends heavily on advertising. Charging the same price produces completely different financial results because their cost structures are different. Instead of asking, "What does everyone else charge?" ask, "What price allows my business to remain profitable while delivering outstanding value?" Customers compare far more than price. They notice reliability, professionalism, communication, guarantees, speed, and overall experience. Businesses that compete only on price usually enter a race to the bottom. Businesses that compete on value create loyal customers and healthier profit margins for many years. Number 13. Master your business costs. Every dollar your business spends should have a clear purpose. One of the biggest differences between struggling business owners and successful ones is how they view expenses. Struggling owners often ask, "Can I afford this?" Successful owners ask, "Will this investment produce a measurable return?" Imagine buying a $5,000 machine that saves $200 in labor every week. Within 25 weeks, the machine pays for itself and continues reducing costs for years. Now compare that with spending the same amount on expensive office furniture that produces no additional revenue, productivity, or customer value. The money is gone, but nothing improves. Review every business expense regularly and classify it into one of three categories: revenue generating, efficiency improving, or unnecessary. If an expense fits none of those categories, question whether it belongs in your business. Mastering business costs is not about becoming cheap. It is about making intentional decisions that strengthen profitability while eliminating spending that quietly weakens your financial future. Number 14. Stay ahead of cash problems. Cash flow problems rarely appear overnight. They usually build slowly through small warning signs that many owners ignore. Customer payments begin arriving later than usual, inventory starts growing faster than sales, expenses increase every month, and the bank balance slowly declines. By the time panic sets in, options become limited. Successful owners monitor these warning signs before they become emergencies. Imagine your business normally keeps $50,000 available in cash, but over 4 consecutive months, that balance falls to $40,000, $30,000, $20,000, and then $15,000. Waiting until the final month to react often forces difficult decisions like taking expensive loans or delaying supplier payments. Instead, identify the trend early and investigate the cause. Reduce unnecessary expenses, speed up customer collections, delay non-essential purchases, or increase marketing before the situation becomes critical. Strong financial management is proactive, not reactive. Businesses that solve problems early usually avoid the financial stress that forces many small companies to close. Number 15. Create your cash safety net. Every business will eventually experience an unexpected challenge. Sales may slow, a major customer may leave, equipment could fail, or economic conditions might suddenly change. Businesses without cash reserves often survive only until the first major surprise appears. A cash safety net provides breathing room while you solve problems instead of making desperate financial decisions. Suppose your monthly operating expenses total $20,000. Building a reserve that covers 3 to 6 months of expenses gives your business enough time to recover from temporary setbacks without immediately borrowing money. This reserve should never be viewed as extra spending money. It exists specifically to protect the business during uncertain periods. Many owners delay building reserves because they always find another investment opportunity. However, businesses with strong cash reserves make better decisions because they are not constantly operating under financial pressure. Cash reserves create stability, confidence, and the ability to survive challenges that often eliminate less prepared competitors. If you found this video helpful, then like, share, and subscribe this channel to get future videos. Thank you for watching this video.